can read about some strategies that people use to ensure that grading is uniform. There are things called as rubrics, where essentially you generate criteria and grade people based on the criteria generated. So instead of me just telling that to you, I would share this resource with you and you can look at it and figure out how you can do this. Or you can come up with a simple grading scheme. So this is from our first year chemistry lab. So this was actually, the TAs came up with this, where even for small deviations, this was done in IIT Madras. So for each tiny deviation, they had suggested how to grade, because there were 45 TAs and we had to ensure that the grading is uniform, because especially at the end of first semester there, not first year, students had something called as branch change, which I think is there here as well. So we should be very fair to students. I wouldn't want my TA to be unfair and be harsh on me. So sometimes you have to be very, very uniform. You have to maintain, not sometimes, always you have to be very uniform. Sometimes you have to avoid subjectivity, where, you know, we actually didn't have many of the Viva questions here also, because we didn't want to have variation in the grading. We wanted it to be as objective as possible to keep it fair. All right. So you can read all this. There is one on crib session also. I'll share the slides where you can actually read this and what the TA is going through. Again, these are the points that we have. Do you have anything other than this for after? So as you can see, crib sessions seem to be a problem worldwide, not only our local community. Everyone seems to be having this problem. And a big thing is because of partial credit, because we give, it's not binary, you don't have 0 whether you get it right, wrong, or 1 whether you get it right. So whenever you have partial credit, there will be cribs. You would be like, oh, I want that half mark. So, but if you have a good grading scheme, the crib sessions become easier to handle. And you should be calm, don't try to get very agitated during these crib sessions. You can also look at this later. These are some methods that you can use to get feedback from students. We are hoping to form like a questionnaire similar to the teacher course feedback, maybe. I don't know how long it will take for TAs, where you can get feedback from your students. But nothing prevents you from taking your own feedback. You are obviously, the first point in all of these was discuss with the teacher. So please discuss with the faculty in charge, and simple things you can do is hand chits of paper to the students, asking them some questions. And this will give you a set of questions that you can use for the feedback. I sign off. I think this part I had on every slide. Get clear expectations from the other side of the table, whatever you do. You may feel very motivated to try out N things, but make sure you have a dialogue with the instructor. Respond, don't react. Plan your day, use technology to manage your workload. We were having this discussion about programming and how maybe you can automate it. You can also automate a lot of things using Moodle. Maybe we can even have some session on that. Or if you play around with the software, you can figure it out too. So don't be afraid to try playing around with Moodle. And avoid multitasking, instead manage your time better. So plan your day such that you can do a lot of tasks.